babies.
Boy was feeling it. Boy was feeling it. He also, big captain moment, went over to our very own Ramondre Stevenson after another fumble.
Fuck that guy.
And told him, we're going to need you, big boy. And inevitably they did. Antonio Gibson went down with a blown ACL, and Stevenson had two of the easiest touchdowns I've ever seen, but he did have two extra touchdowns. The biggest play out of Stevenson was his 5-yard run in the last drive that put him at a 52-yard field goal instead of like a 60-yard field goal, and didn't fumble the ball. So good for him. Real quick, what do you do with Stevenson, Bobby?
I mean, right now, I would say the approach that Vrabel's taken in retrospect is the right one by not banishing him and kind of like keeping his confidence going along. You kind of have to have him as your running back one still right now. I mean, clearly Henderson, the game's moving too fast for him. He's not ready, and they haven't made a move to bring in somebody else. You need him right now. You need him.
Do they need him, Ray? They're 14th in yards per carry before contact. They're 29th in yards per carry after contact. They're 28th in yards per carry overall. They're not good. That 14th before contact is an offensive line stat. So they're middle of the pack. Before the running back touch the ball, the offensive line is doing an okay job getting them blocked. Once they get hit, they go down. So can anybody do that and not fumble the ball a league leading 7 times or whatever it's been?
Yeah, they're talking about signing, bringing up practice squad players. They're talking about making trades for Nick Chubb or any other veteran guy that's on like the third back depth on the depth chart for any team. So yeah, I think you're going to see a trade coming up if they can't find anyone off the street. You gotta have someone right behind Stevenson because, like Bobby said, Henderson is not ready.
Let me tell you, that might be one of the playoffs are now the expectation, and that might be one of the most important moves they make, purely because Stevenson can't hold on to the ball, and that problem's going nowhere. Yeah. That's the deal. So I've heard guys like Chubb. I've heard guys like Derrick Henry. I've heard guys,
the Derrick Henry one though.
Henry.
No. I heard it too. I know. I'm not disagreeing with you, Rich. I'm saying I heard it, but I'm just saying no. Like that will never happen.
Okay, I would never say never on that. The Baltimore Ravens are in a place that they are going to blow some shit up, including Harbaugh out the door, and Derrick Henry's an aging running back. You get a 4th and 5th round pick swap for that, you might do it. And the Patriots should, because you cannot rely on Drake Maye doing what he did Sunday night against good teams every time. You just can't. And if you can't run the ball, then inevitably you're going nowhere. So that's the biggest problem on this team that's been masked so far. The last couple games that they certainly have to address. We talked about this a little bit, but another massive good sign for the Patriots. 2 minutes and 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. Bills tie the game with a field goal, 20-20. Maye starts that drive with what may be a signature play of his career, stiff arming the 300-pound defensive lineman to get it to Diggs for what ended up being a 12-yard gain in a first down that started that drive off. 2 plays later, an absolute P to Booty on the sideline in cover 2, which you just don't see often. And you listen to any professionals, and there's only a handful of guys that make that throw. You really got to time it and dime it in there. If you go back, Demario Douglas was open in that play too for like a 16-yard drive, but fuck him.
Yeah, no, seriously, fuck him.
And then, as I just mentioned, you got about a 5-yard run from Stevenson to put you into field goal position with 15 seconds left. The rookie makes this 52-yard game-winning field goal. The only problem I have with this is the NFL. It takes 2 throws and 1 good run, and you're in game-winning field goal position in the fourth quarter. That needs to change.
They love it.
No, it's so gross. Like it was good as a Patriots fan, but like I didn't even realize it until I went back and looked at the play sheet, the play-by-play. To start that, the starting position of the NFL to where kickers are making field goals now is like you got to make 18 yards. Like it's nothing, It's a little bit, and 18 seconds exaggeration. There were 2 great throws from Maye is the greater point, and he did it under pressure. One of the hardest places to play in the league. 14 straight wins to the Bills until Patriots went in there and snapped it. That's probably the biggest takeaway from the game, and that's why it's a Drake Maye game, not a Diggs game.
Suck it, Ray.
Always.
Flipping gears on the other side here. Defense, 3 turnovers for them. Really only one, though. One turnover, the Bills just dropped the ball on a handoff. One was, well, I guess the wide receiver caught the ball. So, yeah, two turnovers there. But Marcus Jones' pick was the most legit. That was a fucking hell of a game from a guy who had a hell of a...
Blaine caused a fumble, right?
He did, yeah, you're right. It was... I thought that was on the kickoff, but it's because it was so far in Patriots territory. It felt like it. First play out of there. And Coleman, I think, got stripped.
Yeah, Blaine, yeah.
They stopped Cook, the run defense for the Patriots. The Patriots, this is from Evan Lazar, Patriots.com. Patriots holding the Bills' rushing attack. There's a lot of stats in here. I don't know what any of them mean, but I assume they're good. 36% success rate and just 3.3 yards per rush for Cook. Buffalo entered the week as the top-ranked rush offense in expected points added. Okay. But the Patriots defense shut Cook and company down to the tune of negative 0.36 EPA per rush. On top of the low efficiency, Cook's longest run of the night was 9 yards. They didn't let Allen scramble too much on the ground. A couple late scramble plays on the touchdown drive when they were playing some man-to-man. They ended up playing 41% man last night, switching it up a lot. They did give up the middle of the field to the tight ends, specifically to Dalton Kincaid, who was mostly covered by Jalen Hawkins, who absolutely blows. This guy sucks. Listen to this shit. Dalton Kincaid had 6 catches for 108 yards, 4 catches for 72 yards against Patriots safeties, Jalen Hawkins, and the rookie Craig Woodson. That guy, I mean, they suck. Their safeties suck. They haven't had a free safety since Devin McCourty. I don't know if you've heard me say that on this program before, but Jalen Hawkins is not the answer. The guy gets blown every game like Irene on Tuesdays. It's just a constant train of blowing for Jalen Hawkins, like Irene on Tuesdays. I don't understand how they went into the season with that tandem and they cut Jabril Peppers and thought like we're good here. Was that? Do you think, Bobby? Do you think that was they planned? We're going to give up the middle of the field, not let Cook run, not let Josh Allen run, and nobody beats us over the top.
I think that the plan was that they were just going to play him straight up instead of sitting back in a zone like you watch every Bills game and Josh Allen just sits back there and throws the ball. They actually just played everybody straight up and said, "Beat us." And they didn't beat him enough. So I don't know if it was the plan was obviously to stop the run. They went in there. The Patriots have been good against the run really all year. So that was the plan. And then their plan was to just play straight up, and it worked.
They looked aggressive. Now, they didn't blitz. They had 4 blitzes in the second half, 1 in the first half. But I forget, there was a swing pass in the first half, and it was gang tackled. There had to have been 8 Patriots on the running back, if you remember.
They've been gang tackling. The defense has been like that all year. The defense plays hard. They don't always win plays, but they play hard.
Outside of the Raiders game, they suck dick. But you're right. After that, they've been ramping up the intensity, including some unnecessary roughness penalties, which we could talk about if you want to, which were some of the dumber penalties I've seen in a long time.
The refs tried to take over that game like they do every game.
Say that again.
The refs tried to take over the game as well.
There was some bad, the unnecessary roughness. First of all, the one on Drake Maye when he slid and got hit. I didn't like that one. Though they called the one on the defensive
one on Farmer when Cook took a knee.
Well, that one was ridiculous.
Yeah.
I don't know how you blame the refs on that one. I mean, Cook's on the ground. Who tackled him? Barmore or something?
Farmer.
No, he got the penalty after. Who actually made the tackle was already
getting tackle. Oh, I don't know who tackled.
Then Farmer fucking drilled him into the ground like he was a tackling dummy. That was stupid as shit. And then Brendan Schooler had the other one. While they're 10 yards out of bounds, he lays an elbow into the guy. Like that was.
He's good for that every year. Every year he gets one of those stupid penalties.
He had 1 snap on defense, and that's what he did. There's this whole theme that Vrabel's getting this team to play aggressive, play mean, and come with an energy and come with an attitude, and they certainly did that on Sunday night. What comes with that when you have a young, raw, talented team is some stupidness. So it's going to be up to Vrabel to bring this back in as the season goes on, especially when you get in against tougher competition. You can't afford that. That drive was the Bills were aided by 2 of those penalties on one drive. There's 30 yards in penalties, and as we just mentioned, you only need 20 to get in the scoring position now. So it hurts. You can't be doing that all the time. I thought Marcus Jones had an unbelievable game. We talked about the interception. He also had a great pass pickup on Coleman. Say it again.
I said best defensive game of his career outside of punt returns.
Yeah, last week he had the punt returns. This week he had a great defensive game. So, yeah, he's moving in the right direction.
You have to like what you see out of the cornerbacks now that you have your 3 starters, although their depth is still basically 0. As we mentioned at the beginning of the season, but if these 3 guys can stay healthy, Christian Gonzalez is the quietest cornerback maybe in the league, which is obviously a compliment. They just don't throw at that guy for good reason. He's good. Pretty silky. Marcus Jones had a good game. I'll tell you what, Carlton Davis, hit or miss for that guy. Big swings with Carlton Davis. He got beat in the Coleman touchdown. He got beat in a big 3rd and 6 in the game tying. I believe it was the game tying drive for the Bills to Coleman. Got beat over the top with him again. Always good for a couple penalties a game to this point. Carlton Davis. I don't know. Is he kind of a Brendan Browner, Brown and Revis kind of combination? Hold him until they call it. They can't call everything. Physical cornerback, and you have to deal with that all season.
He is a physical cornerback, and that's what you brought to the table, that he was like that in Detroit and Tampa Bay. So, yeah, you're going to have that kind of penalties on you. You're going to be playing aggressive, right at the line, after 5 yards, you're not supposed to have contact. He's probably going at 6, 7, he's just trying to see what happens. But, yeah, he's going to be that physical back all year, and that's what you need on the other side with a quiet, shutdown corner and Christian Gonzalez.
Go ahead, Bobby.
I was going to say he's going to see the targets if Gonzalez is on the field because they're not going to throw to him. So he's gonna get tested.
That's a good point. Have you seen Carlton Davis or seen him speak?
Not until you sent me this today to do it, and he reminds me of like that drunk uncle.
Yes, is the answer to this question.
Let's listen to Carlton Davis' reaction after the Bills win.
It was good to kind of silence that crowd, and like after the field goal went in, the life just got took out of the stadium. On the bus we were riding back, and usually the fans are, kind of talking crap and sticking middle fingers up at us, and they were just out of it. They was quiet, like head down, and as a competitor, you do love to see it.
Do you think they light a blunt for him like before he gets into the locker room, or?
It's medical marijuana, so he's fine. Yes.
His eyes are like permanently in that stage of looking high as fuck.
That's amazing. He seems like he's having a good time up there. Good for him.
Yeah.
Carlton Davis. A couple more points here. Boregalis, 52, game-winning field goal. Boregalis, it would have been good from 70. That thing cleared the top of the uprights.
Looks like it was still going up.
Unbelievable.
So she said.
You had the movement on the D-line there, which the past 4 years we've seen the Patriots just shit their pants every single time. They did not, which was great to see. Vrabel talked about it specifically, that they practiced this week, and he was glad that his team bought in, so that was nice to see. O-line, another big point. We've touched on a little bit here in this segment, but I'll tell you what, I don't think they were that great. He had 4 sacks on Maye. 2 of them I give on him. His pocket presence does need to improve. But the bigger plays of the game was Maye moving around, and not a lot of that was designed on the bigger plays of the game. Let me just give you this. I'll get your reaction. Again, this is from Evan Lazar. Buffalo turned up the pressure in the second half, a theme of the post-game press conference with the offensive players, blitzing Maye 8 times after only blitzing him twice in the first half. Maye lamented leaving some clean pockets, inviting pressure, but the offensive line allowed only 1 quick pressure the entire night. Overall, a solid 38.9% pressure rate, with the lone blemish coming on a false start by Vidarian Lowe, which wiped out a very important third down conversion on his only snap of the game.
What a jackass.
You said it.
Vidarian Lowe. So, Lazar and the numbers are a little bit higher on the offensive line there, but it felt like It felt like pressure was coming up the middle, kind of right from the jump on that game. Maybe that's more on Maye getting more comfortable in the pocket, but the combination of Maye's athleticism and McDaniels' play calling, they're doing okay. They're doing okay.
A-okay.
All right, last points here. What did you think about two coaching decisions? First, at halftime, you're tied 3-3. They get down within the 5-yard line. Vrabel intentionally calls a timeout with specifically 18 seconds left. He's got one more timeout in his pocket. You inevitably get down to the 1-yard line, miss a throw with 4 seconds left to Hunter Henry, who should have had it, and then you decide to kick the field goal with 1 second left on the 1-yard line. Bobby, what did you think about that whole sequence of events there from Vrabel?
Yeah, they absolutely should have had that touchdown on the previous play. It looks like Henry wasn't like quite ready for it, but Maye also should have put like a little bit more touch on that pass. But regardless, I'm fine with the field goal. Take the points, go up. We've seen we've already seen them fumble on the one earlier this year, and if they stop them there, the crowd gets the whole momentum at that point. The Patriots had the momentum. Let's go in with the lead, and we'll keep this game. We'll keep it moving forward.
100% agree. By the way, you needed the 3 to win. You won by 3.
Yeah, we won
Take
by 3
the points. I'm so glad Vrabel did that. And if you listen to him after the game, it sounded like it was just a gut call. Just like we needed to have the lead going into halftime. And if that meant a field goal from the 1-yard line, so be it. There's no guarantee you're getting in there. So
the Patriots aren't a team that can chase.
No
they
team
can play
should...
that. They can play that game. They aren't set up to chase.
Nope.
Yeah, no, it's a good point. And more teams should just go back to this. Take the points, you fools. Take the points.
Just play
it
football.
Changes the way you coach and play the game for the rest of the game. I'm so glad they did that. I hope they continue to do that type of thing throughout the season. Now, the end of the game, Ray. Specifically, this was would have been second down, 50-something seconds left, no timeouts for the Bills. They run a rollout with Drake Maye, who inevitably takes a sack, but it was kind of a no gain. Nobody open. He pump faked, held the ball. Nice heady play by Maye. But they were playing for the field goal. I mean, they ran it with Stevenson. After that, they ran it on first down. They run a naked bootleg, nothing really on second down. They were playing for a 55-yard field goal. I didn't love that. Your thoughts?
What would you want them to do, though? You want them to try to go score a touchdown, or just get into the range, when Buffalo has no timeouts, and kick that field goal?
I want them to continue to attack with Maye and Diggs.
30-yard field goal.
But with the way Stevenson was fumbling the ball, and then obviously the backup running back was injured with the ACL tear, Gibson, I'm sorry, you just play for what you have, because obviously they're going to try to go for the quarterback and play you hard on defense. So you have that, you were in that range, you got that 18 yards, like you said, and now you just play for the field goal and you hope you make it. If not, you're going into overtime.
I don't know. You came off Drake Maye shedding off a 300-pounder and then peeing that thing into booty for 19 yards to get you into Boregalis' field goal range, which is like 69 yards.
Nice.
And then you run, and then immediately give the ball to Stevenson again for kind of a 1-yard nothing. And then it just felt like, Bobby, it felt like their aggression that they'd been going with all season, really. He tampered that down at like one of the most important times of your season. And in real time, I felt like, oh, no, you need one more play. You need to give Drake one more opportunity here to get this ball down to the 30-yard line or so. And it felt like they let off the gas a little bit.
Probably the reasonable explanation would be they wanted to have as little time as possible for Josh Allen to have a rebuttal. They needed to end the game on their terms as opposed to putting the defense back on the field.
Fair. And maybe maybe Vrabel had confidence that Boregalis was going to hit a 60-yard field goal if he needed to, and he did. And they got him an extra couple with Stevenson there on their last play. And 15 seconds left on the clock. Pretty good clock management at the end of the day because he made the field goal. I'm just saying, if he missed the field goal, a lot of second guessing there because they dropped back on aggression a little bit. Overall, we got a team. We've got playoff expectations. If they started today, you would be the 7th seed taking on Buffalo. You're a full game up on everyone behind you. and you've got Jacksonville in front of you, who somehow is 4-1.
The Colts are the best team in the AFC right now.
Colts are the number one.
Daniel
seed.
Jones, the god.
The
slinging
Chiefs
it
are
like
out right
Brave
now. The
Mom
Ravens
slings
are out
dick.
right now. We know the Bengals are kind of washed, even though Flacco's going over there. So it's going to be an interesting run towards the end, but you are firmly in the mix. There's no excuse to miss the playoffs here, especially
Pats are about to be favored in the majority of games they play the rest of the season.
Goddamn right. You're goddamn
Deserving too.
right. Okay, we're going to end this segment here and throw it over to headlines with the obvious one.
Thank you there, Richard. The Red Sox have broken hearts once again after an epic game one. The Sox get taken to the cleaners faster than Kathy takes those dirty sheets after she has her way with Bobby and myself. Season over, but hey, there's always next year, and I'm sure the front office has the pieces in place moving forward. Speaking of dirty sheets, the Patriots gave all of New England a reason to celebrate after traveling to that dump they call Buffalo and breaking all of the Bill Mafia's hearts by defeating them 23-20. Drake May continues to impress with Stephon Diggs having his best game as a Patriot with 10 receptions and 146 yards. The Bruins dropped the puck in D.C. Wednesday night and take on the Capitals, but the bigger news coming from the Bruins is that on January 15th, Zdeno Chara's number 33 will be retired. Congrats, Z. And finally, in Celtics news, Jason Tatum has agreed to become the new chief basketball officer, for his alma mater, Duke. I'm sure Kyrie Irving is in a cave somewhere, cursing out the Celtics, Thanksgiving, and now Jason Tatum. This has been Headlines with the Obvious One. Back to you, Richard.